A special feature driving. Barcelona to reclaim. Adam Asnou from Bayern Munich. Rafinha reveals Flick's role in his continued stay at Barcelona. Flick talks about angry Barcelona players, Real Madrid's competition, and Ter Stegen's return date. The Spanish Football Federation announces referee for Copa del Rey, final between Barcelona and Real Madrid. A surprising comment from Ancelotti regarding the upcoming Barcelona clash in the Cup final. Before we begin, don't forget to share your predictions in the comments about the Clasico match result. And if you're a Barcelona fan, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like, and share. A special feature driving Barcelona to reclaim Adam Asnou from Bayern Munich. Barcelona is aiming to bring back the young Moroccan international Adam Asnou from Bayern Munich in the upcoming summer transfer window due to a special feature that makes him a talented prospect from La Masia. After impressing with Bayern Munich and subsequently being loaned to Valladolid, the name of the young Moroccan international has resurfaced as one of Barcelona's top targets. Asnou managed to establish himself in the squad of Walid Regragui, the head coach of the Moroccan national team, after proving his worth to compete for the left-back position in the upcoming international competitions. Barcelona continues its pursuit of Moroccan Adam Asnou. According to Madrid-Barcelona newspaper, Barcelona has not stopped searching for a competitor capable of elevating internal competition, as the technical management believes securing a strong and promising second option is essential for building a balanced team. The source confirmed that, under the club's current policy of relying on youth and cutting costs, Adam Asnou has emerged as an ideal option, not only due to his quality, but also because of his previous connection to La Masia, which would make his integration into the club's football philosophy easier. It was emphasized that Barcelona particularly values Asnou's flexibility, as he can play as a left-back and, when needed, as a right-back. This versatility would be a valuable asset for Flick, especially with the physical demands and the number of competitions the team faces. According to Catalan newspaper Sport, Asnou's loan to Valladolid this season has allowed Barcelona to closely monitor his development in La Liga and assess his readiness for a return to the first team. Will the young Moroccan return to Barcelona? Asnou's contract with Bayern extends until 2027, but with limited first-team opportunities, a return to Barcelona could be the best step for his development, especially if he receives guarantees of playing time and a clear sporting project. Although negotiations haven't officially started yet, Barcelona's interest confirms that Asnou hasn't been forgotten in Catalonia, and his talent continues to impress those responsible for sporting planning at the club. Rafinha reveals Flick's role in his continued stay at Barcelona. Rafinha, the Barcelona player, confirmed that Hans Flick, the manager of the Blaugrana, played a major role in his continued stay with the team this season, after it had been initially decided that he would leave the club. Rafinha said in statements highlighted by Spanish newspaper Sport, "As I've said in previous interviews, Hans Flick changed everything for me. I was going to leave Barcelona before the start of the season, and the coach's role was very important in my staying here." He continued, "Flick made me aware of everything I do and he contributed to changing my career. This is the best period I've had since I started playing football, and I owe it all to the coach." Rafinha has contributed to 53 goals with Barcelona in 48 matches across all competitions this season, scoring 30 goals and providing 23 assists. Barcelona currently leads the Spanish La Liga standings with 73 points, 7 points ahead of second-placed Real Madrid, who will face Athletic Bilbao later today. Flick talks about angry Barcelona players, Real Madrid rivalry, and Ter Stegen's return. Hans Flick, the coach of Barcelona, discussed several topics ahead of his team's match against Real Mallorca in La Liga. Barcelona will host Mallorca tomorrow, Tuesday, in round 33 of La Liga at the Montjuic Stadium, just 4 days before facing their eternal rivals, Real Madrid, in the Copa del Rey final. In the pre-match press conference ahead of the Mallorca game, Flick said, "The anger of the substitute players against Celta Vigo? I understand that because I was once a player, everyone wants to play. But what I didn't understand was their reaction. We made the right decisions and managed to come back in the result." He continued, We want positive reactions from the team during the game and after the match, as we saw in their celebration of the victory. I want their reaction on the field, not off it. The German coach added, "When is Ter Stegen's return? He is ready, and I will talk with him. We will decide together the right time for his return." He continued, "I don't think the upcoming cup final will have any impact on our lineup against Mallorca. This is a final, but we are also competing in La Liga and the Champions League." Flick went on, "We played a tough match against Celta, and the game against Real Madrid wasn't easy either, against Athletic Bilbao. La Liga is at its highest level, and the goal is not to drop points. I hope the Celta match will serve as a wake-up call, as the road ahead is still very long." Finally, the Barcelona coach concluded his comments by saying, "Real Madrid is a great team, and they want to achieve their goals as well." The Spanish Football Federation announces referee for Copa del Rey final between Barcelona and Real Madrid. The Spanish Football Federation has revealed the officiating team for the upcoming Copa del Rey final between Barcelona and Real Madrid. The match is set to take place next Saturday in the Copa del Rey final at the La Cartuja Stadium. The Spanish Federation has appointed Ricardo de Burgos as the referee for the El Clasico between Barcelona and Real Madrid, with Pablo González Fuertes as the video assistant referee, VAR. Ricardo de Burgos has previously officiated 3 El Clasico matches between Barcelona and Real Madrid, including 2 in the Spanish Super Cup and 1 in La Liga. Barcelona has won 2 of the 3 matches refereed by Ricardo de Burgos, 1 in La Liga in 2023, 2-1, and 1 in the Spanish Super Cup the same year, 3-1. Meanwhile, Real Madrid won the first El Clasico, officiated by Ricardo de Burgos in the 2017 Spanish Super Cup, 3-1. An unexpected comment from Ancelotti regarding the Copa del Rey final against Barcelona. In a statement that is expected to be etched in the El Clasico archives, and during a pivotal moment in a season full of complexities and fluctuations, the legendary Italian coach Carlo Ancelotti, manager of Real Madrid, made remarks that can be seen as a roadmap or strategic statement ahead of one of the most thrilling and exciting matches in world football: the Copa del Rey final against their eternal rival, Barcelona. Ancelotti, a man of few words, but when he speaks, he opens windows to a deeper understanding of what goes on behind the scenes, stated that his team will approach the match with great ambition to win. While this might seem like a simple statement, for those familiar with the character of the Italian coach, it carries psychological and tactical weight. Ancelotti, with his calm demeanor, often described as cold, wanted to send a dual message, one to the inner walls of Valdebebas, Real Madrid's training ground, and another to the media, fans, and the opponent. His talk of ambition is not without reason. It stems from the fact that Real Madrid, a club rich with titles, history, and fan expectations, does not approach any match without a firm intent to win, almost with a sense of inevitability. Ambition, in this context, is not just a desire, but a commitment, a culture, and a historic responsibility carried by the players from the moment they join this club. Ancelotti knows full well that his task is not only about setting the lineup and determining tactics, but also about fueling the spirit and motivating the fighting instinct in his players' hearts. However, with the wisdom that comes from experience in managing some of Europe's biggest clubs, he also emphasized that the match will not decide everything for the season, in a brief statement that holds just as much depth as any tactical plan or game strategy. Here, we see Ancelotti's balanced mindset, one that doesn't allow emotion to cloud long-term vision. This is not a match that will determine all successes or declare the end of the world if lost. He knows that the season cannot be measured by a single moment, no matter how significant. He understands that the path to true success is not drawn by the result of one game, but by a comprehensive approach, consistency, and wise management of pressures, injuries, and fluctuations. When asked whether the result of the final would affect Real Madrid's path in La Liga, Ancelotti responded with a sentence that might seem calm but actually carries a challenge. "I believe that, as we know, this is always a strong competition. Reaching the final means we are at an important moment, and we hope to show our strength against Barcelona." These words deserve to be analyzed line by line, and perhaps even taught in sports psychology schools. This is always a strong competition. This phrase alone summarizes a century of history, 100 years of tension, confrontations, and explosive emotions between the two giants of Spanish football. In every El Clasico, sport blends with identity, politics with history, tactics with emotion. Each encounter between Real Madrid and Barcelona is not just a football match, but a symbolic battle between two schools, two cities, two fan bases who each believe their club is the authentic identity of beautiful football. And although Ancelotti wasn't born in Madrid, he has become an integral part of the club, part of its DNA. He knows that the Clasico is not just played on paper, but in the mind, in the heart, in subtle details that may not be seen on the television screen. He knows that saying, "We hope to show our strength," is not a harmless wish, but a message directed at Barcelona. Real Madrid does not come to the pitch to try or to settle for a ceremonial appearance. It comes to prove again, as it did in Munich, as it did in Paris, and as it did repeatedly in Camp Nou, that the Giants are not easily defeated. Then comes the most important statement. Our goal is to win, but I also think Barcelona is aiming for the same. In the end, after this match, here, precisely, the peak of Ancelotti's realism is revealed. Acknowledging the opponent's desire to win is not a sign of weakness, but a demonstration of supreme confidence. The greats are not afraid to recognize the strength of their opponents because they believe their own strength is enough to prevail, not by undermining others. Ancelotti does not see Barcelona merely as a rival. He understands that what Xavi now has, young, glowing talents like Yamal, Gavi, and experienced players like Martinez and Ter Stegen, makes this encounter a real test. But at the same time, this match represents a unique opportunity for Real Madrid's players to leave their historical mark. It is no coincidence that this match is taking place at La Cartuja Stadium in Seville, a city that has witnessed many historic confrontations, a stage where the voices of the fans echo like war anthems. In this stadium, the game will not just be measured by possession or precise passes, but by discipline, determination, and the ability to handle the big moment without shaking. The date, April 26th, is not just a number on the calendar. It is a defining moment that could reshape the course of the season and write a new chapter in the long-running saga known as El Clasico. Real Madrid's fans are waiting, Barcelona supporters are anticipating, and the media is holding its breath. As for Ancelotti, he stands amidst all the noise, as usual. Silent, calm, but inside, a storm of plans, choices, and visions. This match, as Carlo understands, is more than just 90 minutes. It is a challenge for the mind, for fitness, for leadership. It is a test of experience against youth, of history against the present, of tactics against emotion. And from here, Ancelotti's statements are not just words. They are coded signals, keys to understanding the contours of the upcoming battle, and a document that expresses a complete philosophy of football. No wonder he speaks this way, having faced all kinds of opponents, lifted all kinds of trophies, and dealt with pressure in Madrid, Munich, London, and Milan. He is the man who knows that trophies are not decided only by stars, but by preparation, by the mind, and by the words spoken at the right time, planting in souls the belief that they can overturn any table. And on April 26th, Ancelotti will not just be a coach sitting on the bench. He will be the mastermind, the spiritual father, and the captain of the ship in the stormy sea of El Clasico, which shows no mercy to the weak. Will he leave La Cartuja with another cup? Or will Barcelona have a different opinion? Only the final whistle will write the answer. But one thing is certain. Carlo, as always, is ready for anything.